at the end of Monday, after the long string of insanity we've been gone through, we're not done yet. It's time for Sony.
And now, Sony has been going through this very particular format since the last 2 years, which is basically, here's a show, it's a show.
Yeah.
It's not a conference. There's not going to be a lot of people coming out and talking on stage. It's mainly going to be an orchestra and a giant projection screen showing off the games.
2 years ago worked. 2 years ago worked. God of War was a great reveal. They had a great amount of content. They revealed quite a bit of stuff. They had some people come out. They showcased the first time Death Stranding. 2016 was a very solid follow-up to 2016. 15. But 2017 did not meet that expectation.
No.
2017 started off...
It had fun, good stuff in it, but at the same time, you can't keep being at 11 all the time.
Yeah, they couldn't announce all
these
things.
You gotta turn it down a notch once in a while. You announce too many things.
Yeah, last year, the only time that Sean Layden came on stage, well, he came out twice. He came on stage once to pretty much hype up everyone and then say, hey guys, guess what? Monster Hunter's coming to the PS4, and that was pretty much why he was doing it in the first place. And then he came out again to say, let's check out Spider-Man and let's get going. And that was it, more or less.
This year they're doing it again, except they've changed up the format. This time they've actually told us what they're going to be focusing on.
Yeah.
And so we know what the 4 main games are, and then they're going to go into what games come out afterward. It's from third parties.
Yeah, third parties and indie games. So we're going to see them, for the most part, these 4 games. Spider-Man.
So Spider-Man, last time we saw it was
a full demo.
A full demo
with Negative Man, or is that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
And I found that demo to be pretty good looking, like really good looking.
Okay, it looks great, and
I'm not a QTE person.
But that is my problem. And there's way too much QTE.
Now, of course, we're already telling you what we're going to think about when we see the next demo, but we don't know how they're going to present it, and I almost think they're going to.
It's going to be a live demo. I think.
A live demo. Do you think there's going to be commentary? Do you think they're going to have an interview like they did with PSX, or anything like that? They said they were going to focus on them. That doesn't mean they're going to actually have a lot of talking in it. But they are going to talk of lengthier demos.
They probably want to show, because the what we saw last time was more of an event.
Yeah.
So this might be showing you like what happens when you're not in an event, or you kind of like how I don't know if you've ever played it, but Spider-Man 2.
I think a lot of people who were hyped for this Spider-Man played Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, the movie, the game.
The game, which is actually a good game.
And actually, they're probably going to show those moments of what happens when you're not busy taking down the villains. What are you doing when you're running around being your average neighborhood Superman?
How many balloons,
Spider-Man,
will you capture? Will you save? How many people are you going to save from being mugged?
I'm sorry, Spider-Man.
I didn't mean this is a trap. That's just Spider-Man 2 for you. The second game, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding is actually my most
anticipated game.
I want to see more of this game. Not because it makes sense.
The game could be a flaming pile, and it just. I want to know more about it.
I want to know why.
Also, the synths, man. The synths. No, it's really just.
I just want to know how it works.
Yeah.
How the game plays.
But they showed it.
What's the story of it? All of it is just crazy.
Yeah.
And all of it is everything we've seen about it just pulls you in a little bit further.
Yeah.
And nothing. And
nothing is normal here.
Nothing.
There's
nothing.
Nothing is grounded in reality.
Nothing.
Like you see, like the Game Awards video, I think gives the most inclination of the confusion of what's going on. Okay, you have.
Don't even try to put it together.
You have water that ages you quickly, except for this one guy. You have these creatures that are invisible except in the rain, and they walk with hands. And if you get touched by them, you are attacked by something underwater that creates like a black goo underneath you, tries to grab you and suck you in to a gigantic version of one that then explode and kill everyone around you, except for the other guy who, if they're holding onto the baby machine that powers the electronic sensor of those things, you get sucked into an alternate world where where you can go inside where hey, the baby's inside your throat, gives you the thumbs up, you get sucked out, back alive, spit up some bugs, and surprise, everything's upside down. Did that make more sense that I said it that way?
No, or no.
Okay, and Matt Mikkelsen's in it.
Either way, I want to see more of this game just because it's so interesting. It's intriguing to see where craziness that Hideo Kojima can bring to the table.
Yeah, so we're actually going to see gameplay. I think that's the biggest thing you can say for it. And do you think it's coming out this year?
I personally think it is.
You think that Death Stranding, the game they
Death
revealed 2
Stranding.
years ago, is coming out this year?
Has it only been 2 years? It feels like it's been
The
3 or
E3
4.
of Dreams was 20. Oh wait, that was 2015. No, they showed it to that in 2016. So it's been. This will be the third E3 it's been at.
So I'm saying either next year or this year.
I mean next year definitely. But I
think this year.
You think this year?
It's gonna be their big? It's gotta be their big one. It's gotta be the big one.
we don't know about Dreams. Okay.
Spider-Man.
By the way, Dreams might have a trailer here, but we'll get to that when we get there. Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch, the developers of, you know what, Ghost of Tsushima. It's been a while since we got something from Sucker Punch. I think that's coming out this year.
We don't know anything about it, though.
We know we had a teaser trailer. There was a guy who's like, "So Samurai, I've burned your towns. Do you give up?"
The other one I'm excited to see. This one I'm like, okay, what is it?
Is it like Dark Souls?
Does it play Dark Souls? Does it play like Tenshu?
Yeah, like Tenchu, because they show a scene where he jumps on top of, he jumps from the roof onto something.
So what is the game play like? And that's what I need to know.
Yeah, I mean, if we've played Sucker Punch's games with Infamous, you would probably gauge that it's going to be kind of an open world like experience, and obviously you are an undead guy.
I don't know. Well, that's why we need to know more about these games.
That's why it doesn't make sense why the game is in fact coming out this year. But Sucker Punch hasn't released a game in like 3-4 years. This is a lot longer of a time frame, and I think fits more in line with it being released this year than even Death Stranding, which is weird when you put it in perspective.
And the last of these games is The Last of Us Part 2.
Part 2.
This one's next year.
They showed it last PSX.
They keep showing it. They keep showing off it, and I think that's why they had to change the format.
Well, they've had 2 years to show it. They've shown it twice. There was once where they're like, "Here's something that we're working on."
It's very early.
Very early. What was that? That was at
no.
Paris Game Week.
I don't know. Every time they hyped.
That was at Paris Game Week last year, I believe. That was when they showed the teaser trailer where they said it was very early in development. Now I think the game is at least more than halfway done in development. But it's not ready for release this holiday season. If they announced it coming out this year, I don't know what they did. They must have done hired all the people who made Assassin's Creed and said, "Hey guys, you guys make a yearly game. Let's make this game in a year. Let's do it." But Last of Us Part 2, we're gonna have a full demo or story demo where they show
it's not gonna be demo. I don't.
They're going full bore into these 4 games. Why would they not show gameplay of this?
They could show gameplay of this, but I don't think it's gonna be anything.
Exactly.
They're probably going to show off new types of
clickers
and new environments.
Yeah, we're gonna see a set piece. Can we at least agree on that?
Yeah, of course.
So we're gonna see a set piece. We're gonna see a shootout in an abandoned building. There's gonna be guys like, "Arr, arr, arr," and you're gonna go hit him in the head, and that's gonna be it. And you're gonna see Joel, but he's not gonna be really there, and you're gonna wonder, is Joel dead? And that's gonna be the mystery.
That's the whole thing. He's like,
is Joel not
Joel
real?
your conscience?
And are you just playing as her? And you find someone and be like, I have to hold. Well, there was that second trailer was not either of them, but it was like her. Was it like her mother? We think.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to piece it together. Maybe
don't piece the things together. Just sit back and
ride the wave.
And whatever Sony shows us is what we're going to get.
Yeah. So anyway, after that doesn't mean we're not going to see new stuff from them. It's just those are the highlights. And so we're going to make some estimations on what we think we're going to see kind of interspersed in between those 4 demos.
Yes.
One is a game called Race Space. I don't know what this game is. Tony doesn't know what this game is.
Why are we putting it on this list?
It's a trademark that Sony Japan apparently holds on their name. And one suspicion that we have is that they have to talk about PSVR. They just gotta. And Race Space sounds like a game that's going to be a VR game. This comes off to me like a VR game. But that's all I got for it. But if we got about remakes, we got Medieval Resurrected. We got that.
It's going to be a trailer, and then it's going to be done.
It's going to be done. Dreams and Days Gone. Both of those games are also trailers, you think? They're not going to be fully demos.
Dreams is going to be a trailer.
And Days Gone.
Days Gone
is coming out this year. Both those games.
They have to put
something
towards
trailers.
them.
Story trailer. We haven't done a full story trailer for
There,
Days Gone.
story trailer for Days Gone. There.
I was waiting for you to say like a story trailer for Dreams.
We've seen that
I think
already.
we've seen that, but yeah, those games are both going to be shown in some way. But then the third-party games start arriving.
This is what Sony said. It says it's going to be these 4 games, and then a bunch of
big third-party
games.
games.
And then they said something about the VR.
The VR is kind of there. I mean, they already announced 6 VR games out of the blue, so I presume that if we're going to see more VR stuff, we're going to see a montage. But back to the third-party games, we have not seen a new game from Rocksteady in some time. Warner Brothers seems to have a good connection with games with Sony. So I think we saw Batman a few years ago.
Maybe we'll see a Superman game.
Whatever Rocksteady's working on, whether it's Batman, if it's not Batman, if it's Superman, if it's not Batman, it's gonna be Batman.
Spider-Man.
Guys.
Wait, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Batman. Yeah, we're gonna see something from Rocksteady. I just don't know what. It's apparently a big game. They've said that when you find out, you'll be like, oh, and then I'll be so I'm hyped, but I don't know the last game they made was only okay.
Okay, well we'll have to hold our bated breath
for the game we don't know. What about the game we do know, like Mortal Kombat 11?
We do know about that?
Well, there's been...
Has that been leaked before?
No leaks, but there's been chatter among the developer, like some people in the kind of that scene saying, hey, it's been a while since we saw a Mortal Kombat game, and Mortal Kombat 10 was revealed by a Sony event, so this is a shot in the dark.
It feels like a shot in the dark, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't have high hopes, but if it's showing off, at least I'll say I said something about it. I'd say, do you think DC villains are going to be shown here? Lego DC villains?
They kind of showed that off already.
Yeah, they kind of revealed it.
And for me, I don't think that's big enough.
No, it's not big enough to reveal in a trailer.
No. Remember, Sony's about the reveals, and it's already been revealed. So.
But then why don't we have Black Ops 4 Blackout here?
Well, that's money.
As long as if the reveal is either reveal or money, and that's it.
And actually, Blackout, I don't think has been shown off.
They showed a couple screenshots to the press and said it's a thing.
So now they can actually show it off, and it's going to be their Black Ops 4 thing.
Yeah, it's going to be their time to showcase, hey guys, here's our Call of Duty. Oh, by the way, we don't actually have a single player mode, so
they don't know. They're not going to talk about that. They're not going to say they're not going to say there's no single player. They're just going to say here's Blackout and then move on.
Yeah, and go from there. Also, Destiny 2 comment. This was from.
This actually is going to be discussed soon, I think.
This is the Walmart leak again. The Walmart leak mentioned a game titled
Destiny Comet.
Destiny 2, yeah, Destiny Comet. And supposedly this is the game content that's being developed internally by Bungie, whereas the content that we've been getting has been outsourced. Which is not surprising given the content we've been getting apparently hasn't been the greatest. So for them to be able to say, oh guys, don't worry, we're making something bigger, here's that something, that's something that Sony will definitely talk about.
Now for Capcom. Capcom has been really close with Sony.
With Sony.
Especially with how Monster Hunter has done so well. Yeah. Now last year they did Monster Hunter and they also did the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah. So one of those at least turned out all right.
Yeah, so the two games we're thinking they're going to talk about this year are Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yep.
As well as
Devil May Cry 5.
Yes, Devil May Cry 5, the one that everyone keeps talking about.
So let's start with one of those first. Resident Evil 2 remake. Apparently, a rumor has been made that the game is an over-the-shoulder remake, kind of like Resident Evil 4. They actually have hired people from Resident Evil 2 and 4 to make it.
There's a lot of rumors about it.
And that the game is not really over the shoulder all the time. There's stylistic components to it. I guess more like Resident Evil 3, that one tech demo where it's like behind your shoulder, but then it cuts at certain points. The game is a full remake. You get to play as both characters as you could before. And apparently it looks beautiful, even comparable to God of War. So that game has been known to be in development since 2015, when there was a big pitch from the developer side of like, hey, if you guys really like the remaster we did of the first game, let us know and pitch it. And then he posted on social media that they got approved to make the second game remade. We thought it was going to be just stylizing remake, much like the first remake. And that would have been perfectly fine, but it sounds like it's a complete outside from the ground up full remake of the game.
And the Devil May Cry 5 thing.
Oh, that's just fire at this point.
Yeah, it's not just smoke. We were seeing fire.
Yeah. Devil May Cry's team the director has been making something for the last 3 years, and we haven't seen it. And why not? Devil May Cry coming to PS4. So let's do it.
And now there's the one big game that I think everyone's waiting on, and that is Shadows Die Twice.
Yes, that's Shadows Die Twice is the quote, because that's all we know of the game. It's from Software, and the one rumor is that it's a Bloodborne 2. Another rumor is that it's Tenchu, and thus it's actually multi-platform, but they're still going to get pushed by Sony. Others think it's actually a brand new IP with Sony. I don't know. I just know that if they're going to be revealed, this would be the time to reveal it. in this way. They showed it off the Game Awards with a really big teaser. Why would they show a teaser like that and then not have it be at E3? That would be crazy. If it was at Microsoft's conference, I don't know what people would do. But it's definitely, I think Sony's definitely going to be one to show it.
And then, of course, montages.
Yeah, montages. We're going to do, I guess, three this year. One to start, one for the PSVR and indie games, and one at the end when they're ready for it. And so, with that in mind,
what is Sony's theme?
What is Sony's theme?
I think they've already told us.
I mean, they've already told us. It's the big four games.
The big four and our third parties partners.
It's the rundown. PS5 is unfortunately only a couple years away at this point.
Probably a year or two.
I would say next E3 we'll get a teaser or an announcement of PS5. But this is the time where they're like, hey guys, guess what? PS4, we got one more big shot of games. And these 4 games that we're focusing on are those games. I think those 4 games are the biggest titles they have coming. Anything else is just kind of decent games coming out with their third parties filling the gaps. And then next year they'll be like, guys, here's PS5. So I think this is going to be the ramp up, the final rundown of PS4. That's my theory.
This is the rundown. Any game that they've announced now is coming out for PS4.
Yep. Anything
and
now
so
PS4.
This year is finally is wrap it up.
Wrap it up PS4.
Wrap it up.
But as well as we can.
As well as put a little bow on it, because anything that comes out in 2019 is the last hurrah, I think.
Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close to that. So it's time for us to drop our big bets. What do you think's coming out?
A few E3s ago, Sony had this announcement. It was that Crash Bandicoot was getting remastered.
Yes.
So, and it did very well.
Yes.
And so,
you think this is the time?
And so,
I
think a new Crash Bandicoot is in the works.
And it's going to be revealed at this
oh yeah, because why would you? Because if you're Sony, you want people to say, "Oh, the new Crash Bandicoot, yeah, it's coming out for PlayStation 4."
I don't know. I think that we're too soon. I think with Spyro coming out this year, Activision's not going to reveal anything.
All right, what's your big guess then?
Well, mine is that Gen Design is going to have a game revealed.
Oh, what's that?
So I don't know yet. Gen Design is the indie developer that is handled by Fumito Ueda, who was the creator and director of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus and The Last Guardian. And his last game was The Last Guardian, which is now going on 2 years old. Granted, it's been years since the gap between Shadow of the Colossus and the Last Guardian was like 9 years. But I think
I might not see anything from him.
Yeah, so that's my big bet. That's what I'm hoping to see. It's at least a teaser of something coming from him.
So overall, Sony's is going to be those 4 games. Some hoping for some sick third-party announcements.
Sick third-party announcements.
And
Crash
Bandicoot.
Notice there's no Square Enix in there. I think one of those things from Square Enix is going to bleed in.
Either Final Fantasy VII remastered or
remaster. What are you on?
Remake. I'm on a chair.
Remake or as you were going to say, Kingdom Hearts. I think we're going to see some more of those as well in the midst of all of that. Also, Soul Calibur 6 could probably show up here because I noticed that we didn't mention Namco Bandai. I think that's a good bet for that. Anyways, that's Sony's. We got only one more left, and you only have one more video to watch before, unless you're watching this far in the future, in which case you're only watching our predictions to watch our impressions. So in which case, you got plenty more to do.